Hey, darling, today I want to give you my review of the Riu Palace Baja California. It's a full review of the resort, including a bunch of pro tips. So be sure to stay through till the end and find out all you can about this fabulous resort. So first things first, let's talk location. This is located in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. It's about a 45-minute drive from the airport. It's about a 5-minute Uber or a 40-minute walk through town, or you can walk along the beach for about 25 minutes to get right to Medano Beach, the swimmable end of Medano Beach. So it's in a great location. In front of the resort, it is not swimmable at all, most of the time. There may be exceptions, but consequently, they've got great pools and alternative things for you to do. Now, in terms of getting here, you have three different options. You can take a shared shuttle, which is about $25 per person, and that is going to be a shared shuttle, meaning you're in there with a bunch of other people. You're going to have to wait until it fills up, and you're going to make several stops along the way as people get dropped off at their hotels. So this is an option that I do not recommend. A lot of other vloggers and YouTubers state this is the best, most economical option. Once you've got more than one person, it really starts to not be as economical anymore. The other options are to take a taxi, which is about $80, or you can take a private transfer, and those vary. But for a private ride where you're not going to be sharing it with anyone else and you're going to go direct to your hotel, it starts at about 85 US. The nice thing about that is you can pre-order drinks for the ride. If you take a taxi, then there is an OXXO near the airport. They will happily let you stop and pop in and grab a couple of beers for the ride. Now, my first pro tip is there is a store on site if you have forgot something. But as usual, suntan lotion and things like that run about 3 or 4 times the usual price. Alternatively, you can walk across the street. There is a highway. You have to walk down a little bit to go underneath it, or you can play chicken and run across it. I probably wouldn't recommend it for most people, but right across the way back there is where the Walmart is. So if you've forgotten suntan lotion, you need to get some, and you don't want to spend $1,000,000 on it, you can pop over there and get some, and it'll cost you about $15. So now when that sad time comes that you have to leave the resort, you do also have a few more options. You can take a taxi, and that is going to be, again, about $85, or you can do a prepaid, pre-booked shuttle, and again, those will start at about $85 for a private shuttle to get you all the way to the airport. Or you could take an Uber. Unfortunately, in Cabo San Lucas, they do not allow the Ubers to come onto the properties past the security gate. Used to be with the Rius that from the front desk, you would walk out the lobby, down the hill, down the drive to this checkpoint here, which with their rollerboard luggage is really not a big deal. But they have since changed it. The next door hotel, the Via del Palmar, and the Riu have combined it with a checkpoint at the bottom of the major overpass. So now it's another 5-minute walk or so, maybe not quite that far, in order to get to the spot where the Ubers can pick you up. But the difference is it's going to be only about $40 for an Uber to the airport. So it just depends if you want convenience or if you want the savings in price to put towards your next trip here. So if you book one of the basic rooms at the Riu Palace Baja California, you will end up on one of these side rooms on either side of the property. The rooms on the east side are right beside the Riu Santa Fe, and they're fairly close to the Riu party area. So 2 of the nights during the week, their parties go until 11 p.m. So you might want to consider requesting a room on the east side. However, this side does get morning sun and it's nice peaceful. And you're pretty close, depending on where your room is situated. You might actually have a beautiful view of the ocean. All of the rooms at the front of the property are Elite Club, and you get a few extra perks with that, notwithstanding the fact that you get to use these bally beds or cabanas for free. Those are included, and these are only for Elite Club guests. So you have access to these with a bit of shade and cover during the day, which there are, umbrellas, but there's not a whole lot of shade. So this is a definite perk of being a lake club. And then you've got this amazing view. You can watch the waves crashing on the shore. And in the gym, we've got a bunch of different treadmills, as well as stair climbers, some weight machines, some fruit if you want. Sit-up, pull-up machine. Free weights, Bosu ball. What's that? Oh. I've absolutely no idea what this, but it says ski ERG, so have to check it out. And some biking machines, recumbent, upright. Out of service, not a bad thing, because that thing is a devil. It's so hard. And I don't even know what that's supposed to be a rowing machine, so that's just put into the corner. But interesting, obviously they'll probably be fixed in a couple of days, and gives you some options. Some mats. But here we are midday on a Saturday, and it's totally empty, so that's a good sign for future. Here in the lobby, they have the 24-hour lounge, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's open 24 hours. It is nicely air-conditioned. I've got a few different games as well. Oh, Connect 4, cool. Scrabble. And there is some computers here and an ATM. I wouldn't recommend using that because although you are going to get pesos, it probably has a dispensing fee that's pretty rich. If you go into town, you can find proper Mexican banks, which have a better exchange rate and minimal cost for dispensing. And then here we've got snacks throughout the day. You can self-serve for alcohol, red wine, spirits, same as what you get in the standard rooms. Wine, different pops, sodas, coffee, beer, juice. And then we've also got a selection of snacks. Now this just changed throughout the day. Right now they've got some pancakes and fritters, buñuelos. And they've got some quesadillas, some sausage and bacon. There's also bread, so you can make toast, grab an apple. And some different toppings for yogurts, as well as ham and cheese, that kind of thing. Out of all of them, the 24-hour bars between here, the Santa Fe, and the Palace, Cabo San Lucas, this one has the best selection of condiments. So there you have it. Cutlery down below. When it comes to dining, there is a buffet which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is pretty dead right now. It's 7 a.m. It's just opened. By about 9:30, this place is going to be packed. So you just want to time yourself accordingly. There are, for lunch, the buffet is available, as well as Pepe's Food, which is a sort of eatery just down there. They do tacos and burgers, hot dogs. So it's pretty casual food. And then in the evening, it is either the option of the buffet, and that theme changes every night. I've done a separate video on the buffets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so you can check that out. But each night is a different theme. So for example, today is Tuesday, and tonight's theme is Mexican. And that may change on a weekly basis, but each night they've got something different. So you have sort of the same basics of salads and treats and stuff like that, as well as an overall theme, so you'll get some specialty options. And then also they have some a la carte restaurants. So for example, this one is the Mexican restaurant. There's also an Asian, an Italian, a steakhouse, and Crystal, which is the sort of upgraded cuisine. I will say that the steakhouse overall is the most popular, but depending on which day you want to go, you're better off to go midweek. Like last night we walked in and we were seated immediately. Whereas on the Sunday we went and sorry, and that was last night at 7:30, and the previous night we went at about 7, and it was a 40-minute wait. So pick and choose your dates accordingly. That said, I know the other one that usually is popular is the Italian, and they're both very good.
So, pro tip if you come to the steakhouse is to ask for some chimichurri sauce and have that with the bread that comes at the start of your meal. It's a garlic butter bread. It's a chimichurri. It's even more delicious than it needs to be. Oh yeah. And the rest of your sauce you can use for your steak, so double bonus.
Pro tip for you though, on the steaks, if you're ordering steaks from the steakhouse, they tend to cook them on the underside. So if you don't want it pink in the middle, or you want it just a little bit pink in the middle, bien cocida, well done, is how you want to ask for your steak. I had the filet last night, and it was a really good cut of meat, first of all, and then even though it was cooked a little bit more than I might have at home, it was so tender and delicious. So definitely recommend. That said, the most popular restaurant is the Asian. I'm gonna show you the menu for that one. Asian can be hit and miss. You know, usually it's, you know, sort of fried rice and that kind of thing. The menu here is more of a sharing style, and we have been here for 10 meals, 10 dinners so far. We've eaten there 4 times. And I'm not gonna lie, we're probably gonna eat there again before we leave. It is so good. So I'm just gonna show you the menu here. So starting off, like for example, the gyoza, you get about 4 pieces. The twice fried wings are really good. We had the Hawker's wings. We've had the ribs twice. Those are exceptional. Pork belly, the pork belly bao bun, spring rolls. Oh, the edamame was really good. The salmon fillet was delicious and not too big. After that, of course, we couldn't even attempt the dessert. It's open from 5:30 till 9:30. It's open daily. And of course, you can see the QR code here if you want to look at the menu. But as I said, the food here was absolutely delicious, and I would highly recommend. So definitely don't pass it by. So you don't really need to bring your own music or even your earbuds, because they have an on-site DJ on hand, and they will come and take your requests throughout the day and play a really good mix of music. And if you head over to the Riu Palace, Cabo San Lucas, you'll find they have a tennis court as well as 3 pickleball courts. Earlier in the year, like in the cooler months, I see this often being used, but in the summer months or the warmer months, not so much because it's just too hot. Although I'm not sure what time it opens, but by 8 or 9 a.m. I'd say it's probably not too hot to get a game in. In the evening, this is the main theater, and they have all kinds of different entertainment going on. So they have different shows, from an ABBA show to a retro show, and overall they're pretty good. There's a lot of different things going on. They have a schedule of all the activities. They start off with an electronic bingo, so you can play that right on your phone. You just basically go to a website, you scan the QR code, and you play on your phone. So it's actually really handy. And then they also have different music playing, sometimes live bands, and always something going on. You've got a couple of bars here, as well as the coffee shop, which has light snacks, so you can sit and enjoy your drinks. There's not a lot of places to go inside that are air conditioned during the day. So you have the outdoor bar areas, there's the cappuccino bar, as well as the bar on the other side of that, as well as the outdoor bars. And sometimes you can catch a breeze. But other than the 24-hour lounge, and your room. There isn't really anywhere else during the day that you can go to be in air conditioning. In the evening, of course, many of the restaurants are air conditioned and enclosed, so that's a good place to cool off. But in the evening, you don't really need it as much. So I'm gonna go check out the Elite Club Lounge and see what that's like. So this is definitely a plus if you are coming here in the summer months, or if you're just somebody who tends to overheat and you just need to get out of the warmth for a little while, cool down, reset, then this is probably a good choice for you. Depends on the price, but it's worth checking it out. Let's see what you think. This is one of the pools. This is the upper pool. As you can see, there's lots of shade with umbrellas, but not a lot of natural shade. And they do have these covers here, which extend to give you a bit more shade during the mornings, not so much. But by about 10:30, 11, they are providing good coverage from this. The sun is just really hot over top. And this is one of the swim up pools. This is behind the Elite Club area. It does sort of have a partial ocean view, but the thing that makes this pool one of the most popular is, well, A, the fact that it's got a swim up bar, and B, the fact that once the sun hits about 1 p.m., you start to get more shade from the roof of the bar as well as from the building. In the morning, you've got shade from the building next door as well as these covers here. So yeah, this is one of the most popular pools. You might be surprised. So this is one of the most popular bars. It is on the lower level, and of course it's right by the pools. Now it's worth mentioning that they do drink service from the bars. So you can just sit at your lounger all day long and they will bring you drinks. The bars actually open, well, the swim up bar opens at 9. And then, yeah, like I said, they're bringing around drinks all day long. This is the main pool area with the infinity edge. And this is also the activities pool, so they'll have basketball, volleyball, water aerobics, all of that happening here. And this is the other swim up bar with the infinity edge pool. And also very popular, but again, this is a pool that they will make drinks from and serve the entire area. So, and it's 7:30 now. There's a few towels covering chairs being saved, but overall the chair saving game is not too strong here. And there are some chairs on the beach, right on the beach. And this is where the shopping mall is going to be set up. This is where all the vendors will be starting at about 9:30. Volleyball net. With these palm trees, they do provide a little bit of shade, but really, you know, this is where you're going diehard sun here. As you can see, it is a red flag today. It is most days. So this really is not a swimmable beach. Technically, this is called Medano. It is the extension from, as far as you can see down that way, all the way around to that point. And as I say, this particular area in front of this resort is really not swimmable. We've got a couple of big waves coming in just now, you can see. So yeah, 90% of the time, you're not going to be able to swim here. You can technically walk down to Medano, which is just sort of where those boats are in that area. That's where you'll find the office, the banquet deck, some really fun bars. And again, you know, that is a swimmable beach. However, once you reach this point here, right there, where that building extends out, the water at times does come right up to the wall. And I got caught in it the other day, so yeah, so it's not so much fun. But yeah, you can walk to Medano. On the beach, you can walk it in about 22 minutes. So it's really not bad. It's a pretty easy walk, other than that one particular point where you really have to watch. If it's a day where there's very little waves, then I'd probably chance it. If it's a day when you're getting the odd really large wave, I would not recommend it, not at all. That said, you can walk along the road to get to downtown Cabo, and it's more about 40 minutes or so. Or you can take a taxi or, well, take an Uber for a third of the price, and that's going to cost you about $5. So can't go wrong. And the best thing is, if you are staying here at the Riu Palace Baja California, any guest that is staying here has access to the other two Rius nearby. You can enjoy the facilities there for the pools, the bars. He can even use the gym. And you can also eat there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at any of the buffet restaurants. So you can enjoy your stuff here at the Baja or here at the Rio Santa Fe, or here at the Riu Palace Cabo San Lucas Resort. You decide.